Well, good evening to everybody on Facebook. A special welcome to all and any visitors we have to the Basilica, St. Peter and Paul Facebook live stream of this Father Knows Best comedy evening during quarantine tide. So this Knows Best is an attempt, with apologies to Milton Berle, Monty Python, and dads everywhere, to raise the spirits of our friends and brothers and sisters in Christ. I'm your host, Father James David Carter, JCL, Rector and Pastor of the Basilica, Vice Chancellor of Canonical Affairs for the Diocese, Adjutant Judicial Vicar for the Diocese of Nashville, Assistant Master of Ceremonies, Dean of Revocation Coordinator, Judicial Vicar for the Diocese of Knoxville, in pectore, etc., etc., etc.
And modest, too.
I am proud of my humility. Now, many of you know that I fly. And so, this afternoon, I just went up for a tour of Chattanooga. And boy, are my arms tired.
Funny.
Oh, it's funny.
Very funny.
Fellas, people, I'm sorry about this. I've heard about these fellas that joined me tonight. It's beginning. You're the two guys that I heard about that heckle from the choir loft, aren't you? There they are, ladies and gentlemen. Get a good look at them. Yeah, don't start with me, boys. Don't start with me.
Hey, Father.
What?
I think I just figured out your style.
You figured out my style? Really? Okay.
Yeah, you work like Joel Osteen.
Wait, Joel Osteen? He's not a Catholic priest.
Well?
Okay now, fella, just a minute, please. Look, I have been a successful priest half of my life.
Well, how come we got this half, Father?
Oh. All right, look, did you come here to be entertained or not?
That's right.
What's right?
We came here to be entertained, and we're not.
Oh, yeah? I'd like to see you come down to my office and try to be funny.
You first.
Ha. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay any attention to these fellas. They're the 9th and 10th children of a family of 8. Let me tell you the story.
Hey, Father.
Yeah? What? What is it?
You know what you're doing wrong?
What am I doing wrong?
You're standing too close to the camera.
Too close to the camera? Okay. How about that?
A little further.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Is this okay?
Little further.
Well, how far back do you want me to go?
Do you have a car?
All right. Let me tell you something. If you don't stop, I'll have the moderator of this Zoom meeting throw you out.
Well, Father, he can't. He's way too busy.
Busy doing what?
Keeping people in.
Ooh, all right. You know, I got a mind to punch you in the nose.
He's not while I'm holding it. He's joking.
All right, I'll give you that. That was pretty funny.
It's okay, Father. You can use my material.
I can use it. Hey, fella, pal, I don't need your material. I got a million funny jokes right here in the back of my head.
I wonder why they never reach your mouth.
Ooh, gentlemen, would you take it easy? Do you think I'm doing this for fun?
Not so far.
Ooh, okay. All right. You think you can do better?
I couldn't do worse.
All right. I dare both of you to come down here and entertain.
Hey, Dan, you know what? We should. We should.
Oh, yeah? Do you sing?
Well, not really.
No.
Do you dance?
Nope.
Can you get laughs at least?
Probably not.
Well, then what would you do?
Well, just what you're doing.
Yeah.
All right. Fellas, that's it. I'm going to call the police.
That's a great idea. You need all the protection you can get.
You guys, I'm not going to put up with you anymore. Not anymore, I tell you.
How's it going, Father?
Oh, it's Jackson Jones. Oh, how's it going? Wait, hang on. It's going terribly. These guys have been picking on me, insulting me ever since I started.
Can I help you out?
Well, yeah, sure, you can help me out.
Which way did you come in?
Oh, well, there you have it, folks. It has begun. This is Father Knows Best, a comedy entertainment hour, our time, 30 minutes or so. I hope that you've all joined in on us. I hope that things are going well so far on the live stream. Oh, I just turned it on and it sounds like we're doing good. So checking in on that live stream. This is the first time I've ever done that. But it's a fun opportunity for us. We're here because we're all at home, quarantined and stay at home, and coronavirus has got us down. So what we're trying to do is raise the spirits a little bit and just have a little bit of fun. Now, I will say we're on live stream with the Facebook, and there's a comment section, and I'd like for you guys that are watching to feel free to comment, because at the end of this skit period, we're gonna have a pun off. You've got some guys, if you've ever been on Facebook and seen Terry Jones and Dan City, we can pick a pun, that's for sure. So
You can pick a pocket.
He who would pick a pun would pick a pocket. So at the end, what we would have you do is just throw out some random topics for punning. So just say pun topic, and then throw out a random topic, and we'll see if we can just make a go of it. It'll be a whole lot of fun. But I've already given my introductions, so without further ado, I'd like to introduce old Statler and Waldorf over here. If you picked up on that from the first skit, fellas, introduce yourself.
I'll go first. My name is Terry Jones. I sometimes help out with RCIA. Sometimes I sing. That's probably where you can find me most of the time. And just thought I would wear my second Lent appropriate purple. You know, just trying to keep it real here.
My name is Dan City. I'm in charge of the RCIA program here at the Basilica. And I also have 3 kids with 2 more on the way. So if the right one doesn't get you, the left one will.
Oh, all right. Wonderful family men, both of these guys. They're great parishioners. Glad to have them on board with this. Well, some people might ask, you know, here we are, we're a church. This is a Facebook broadcast from the Basilica. Why are you having a comedy hour? You know, what's that all about? Well, last week we had a nice piano recital from Valentine. Yurochkin gave us a great one. By the way, next Wednesday, the same time, our very own parish organist, Basilica organist, Miss Andrea Tierney, is going to be offering us an organ concert. So we got lots of things lined up, because fellowship is part of what we do as a parish. Fellowship and being together as a community. But also there's something to be said, not just about the high culture, but even maybe sometimes the low culture. So, you know, to laugh. So I just want to open up a little forum here for these fellas. Why are we doing what we're doing? What's it mean to you?
For me, it's part of the culture. Like it's part of being Catholic and of the Catholic culture. As you said, it's joyful. So even in the worst circumstances, amidst the worst suffering, there is something to laugh at, because we have this eternal spring of joy within us. So it's very applicable.
And we have an example for us in the lives of the saints. You know, Saint Lawrence has been, he was grilled in
Literally.
his martyrdom, and joked to his killers that he was done on one side and was ready to be flipped over to the other. So you know, it's also something we get from the tradition, and that kind of catharsis is important, I think, in times like these.
What is it? I think St. Thomas Aquinas was one that says, well, you know why the angels can fly? Because they take themselves so lightly.
I'm
well,
also kind of reminded of the Cardinal's response to Napoleon. He's like, Napoleon was going to take over Catholicism and destroy us and everything, and the Cardinal said, we've been trying to do that ourselves since it started, and we haven't succeeded. How well do you think you're going to do? Like, even in such a threat, to be able to make a pun, to make a joke, and to look at it, that gives you some kind of objectivity through the laughter.
That reminds me of the
Funny.
smiling pope, which was John the 23rd, St. John the 23rd now. And he was the one, when asked the question, Holy Father, how many people work in the Vatican? He said, about half.
On a good day.
Well, and not only do we get our example from the saints, but Christ himself has a pun right in Scripture. When he says, you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church. Well, his name was Simon, right? But he is a fisherman, a manual worker who spends all day hauling nets. I imagine him as this muscular man. And Jesus hung out with a man called Rocky, this big muscular guy called Rocky, and he called him Rock. And so I think the pun is there as well.
I like it. You are Rocky, and upon this rock I will build my church.
And he ate with the sons of thunder. So he ate lightning.
There you go.
I'm gonna leave it there.
I would love to name some kids at baptism Boanerges, sons of thunder. That'd be great. I'm gonna change your name at baptism. I'll drink it.
There you go.
I can't drink to that because I have twins on the way. I don't trust you not to do it.
The sons of thunder, here they come.
Yeah.
All right. Well, while we're in quarantine, I have been scouring the internet and finding some great material to just laugh at our situation. And people have found that, but you got to make light of your situation. So I'd like to just start sharing with you fellas the best quarantine jokes that I've found so far. And then you feel free to jump in if you got some more. All right. So you ready? All right. The first quarantine jokes that I found. Yeah, somebody came up and said they were bored. And I said, oh, how bored are you? And he said, I'm as bored as an Amish electrician.
Pretty bored. Pretty bored.
Yeah.
Well,
Keep that cart moving on down the road.
Oh, the puns have begun.
Well, Father, I read some research the other day that said that they figured out that ants are naturally immune to the coronavirus. Did you hear about this?
No.
Yeah, the researchers said they have tiny little antibodies.
Well, folks, the more groan, when there's a saying: if you sing, you pray twice. If you groan, you laugh twice. Okay.
That's right.
So I have another one. How some places have banned groups larger than 5. Well, if you're a family of 6 or more, you're about to find out who's the least favorite.
Oh, that's good.
So somebody asked me, what's today's weather? And I was like, room temperature. I haven't been outside.
There you go.
If you need to warm up, just go stand in the corner. It's 90 degrees.
Oh,
Just don't stand against a wall.
Very
I mean, I've experienced some personal growth during this quarantine. I mean, I've had to spend this last time just with myself at work, and I want to first of all apologize to anyone I've ever met.
Yourself.
Yeah. Having gotten to know myself, I do apologize to everybody. It's not quite a pun, but it's a revelatory joke, I think, for me.
Yeah. Well, these days keep going on and on and on. You've heard the saying 30 days hath September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31. Well, except March. It's had 8,000 days in it. At least it feels like.
All the leap years, all of them at once.
Right. Well, this year leapt right into the trash can.
Yeah. 2020. We'll remember this one, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I got an email the other day with this subject, knock, knock. I was advised not to open it. It's Jehovah's Witnesses working from home.
Wah, wah.
Live in the Nigerian princess.
Wah, wah, wah.
All right, I got one more. So day 8 of social isolation, and it's looking like Las Vegas in my home. We're losing money by the minute. Cocktails are acceptable at any hour, and nobody knows what time it is.
What happens in the rectory stays in the rectory.
It must be.
I did hear that there were some studies done on bird populations during the quarantine, and they've actually found out that they are experiencing depression
Oh.
because they've missed having people's cars as target practice.
That was a
I
very.
don't want that one at all.
No, I don't mind that one.
Oh my gosh. Well, as we're preparing now to move into the next section of our little quarantine time, family, father knows best entertainment, what we'd like to do now is a sort of COVID-19 meme share. So this is where we're going to try and just one up each other with greatest memes that we have been able to find on the internet and share them with you for your enjoyment. Who wants to go first?
I'll take the first stab.
All right.
Ouch.
Easy. It's okay. It's okay.
Have to be on the cutting edge. Jeez.
On the cutting edge. Sure. Okay, here we go. This is our first COVID-19 meme.
Aller,
Jeez.
geez, allergies, the road.
The Rona.
I totally feel this one.
Especially
when this was.
You could do right now is walk into a grocery store and sneeze.
That's true.
Like it's
Though it's my understanding that sneezing is not a part of the coronavirus. Anyway. I don't
No.
know.
Tell the people at the grocery store.
All right. I got one. You ready?
Go for it.
Here it comes. Now Finland has also closed their borders. Do you realize what this means? No one will be able to cross the finish line.
I think I relate more to this picture than the previous one because I think my family it relates to the dog.
It reminds me of one of my favorite jokes, and that is, Father, why do they put barcodes on the Norwegian Navy ships?
Oh, I think I know this, but tell me.
It's so you can Scandinavian.
Yep. Oh, I'm sure that one got a few groans. Every time
Norway about it.
Every
time a person groans at a pun, an angel gets its wings.
That's right.
Is
And
that
ladies
how
and
that
gentlemen,
saying
we're
goes?
scheduled for 30 minutes, but we're going to keep going until we stop laughing at ourselves.
Okay, Dan, you're up.
All right. Although I did see somebody comment that meme would be funnier if it were actually a cat. And
Oh.
I think I agree.
Okay. All right, here it comes. Hope everybody's in full screen mode. There we go.
Everybody is getting on each other's nerves, aren't they?
Mhm.
Yep. Is that? Did you write that one? Do you post under Wendy Aaron's?
No, I do not. No, I don't. I have some spare time. I don't have that much spare time. I went through all that trouble just to get the blue check mark of verification. I have that much spare time.
All right, I got one coming up. Here it comes. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine I'd go up to a bank teller with a mask on asking for money. I mean,
I've kind of wondered about that myself,
Right?
like the local Ace Hardware had a cop outside, waiting, like saying, oh, okay, only so many people are allowed in. So and they wait. And so I'm getting out of my car and I'm putting gloves on, my hood, a mask. And I'm like, does this not look odd?
Signs of the times.
It's weird. It is so weird.
all right,
All right, is it my turn again?
your turn.
I believe
All
it
right,
is.
here we go. Germany is now advising people to stock up on cheese and sausages This is called the worst case scenario.
Oh my gosh, sausage jokes. They're the worst.
This is what we're going to. Only brats tell them. I mean, brat.
And they just link to more puns.
That's right.
Oh, that's a round joke. So we pattied that one.
Aren't you Irish too?
It was stuffed in there.
Yeah. Oh man.
Aren't you Irish too, Father?
Yeah.
No,
Supposedly.
it's Father Sheeran.
So look, this the
A
green,
meat patty?
the green Beretta is for my canon law degree. The school I went to for the color for law was green. Is green. Well, I was the chaplain at Knoxville Catholic High School for a whole 6 months, by the way, before I came here. And I would wear this to the graduation. This is an academic hood, if you will, for a priest. And people would think, oh, he's just got the school spirit. And I say, yeah, go ahead and think that. I earned this green.
When, in the U.S., when you get a civil law degree, your color's pink. So I think you got a little bit better into the state.
I have chosen the better part.
Yes, that's true, Mark.
And it shall not be taken away from me. All right, who's up?
I believe
Father,
you are.
I was more
Oh,
making
no.
a joke about being Irish, a meat patty.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, Patty, that was a low one. That was a low blow.
I think I'm getting a bald spot from all of Dan's jokes going over my head.
Sorry, you can grill me later.
Are you up, Dan? Or is it me?
I believe you're up because we're still talking about sausages, which was my last one.
All right,
No, I can go. I got one.
go for it.
Okay.
All right, here goes.
All right.
Is that a centipede or a millipede?
Millipede.
Does it matter?
Well, it takes a lot longer for a millipede, right?
Well, there you go. It's exponentially longer.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Just some quick hits.
Now, this next one is for Terrence Jones, Esquire.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Sacred and noble.
Oh, no.
Are you ready for this?
Lay it on me.
Have you been traumatized by the toilet paper shortage? You may be entitled to constipation.
I was hoping that this live stream wouldn't go down the toilet, but okay.
Well, it's plumber's second rule. Everything goes downhill, especially the waste.
Oh,
Can we just paper over this section?
yeah.
Well, these are the only kind of dirty jokes we're allowed to tell, so we'll keep moving.
Very true.
That's true.
All right. Let's see. I think I'm gonna have to roll out the big guns this time.
Uh-oh.
All right. Are we ready for this? I don't think you guys are ready for this, honestly. And boom.
That is special, right? Is that a dog or a cat?
Yes.
I don't know. That frightens me. I don't like that one. All right, Dan, you're up.
Let's see. Little did you know, we're all on the Truman Show.
This is just the Truman Show.
It really is the Truman Show.
Yeah.
Well, these days everybody is on camera for everything.
Well, see, for example, us right now.
Exactly.
And if I don't see you again, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
That's right.
He's got the lines memorized.
Truman Show's a great movie.
Yeah, who can't remember a thing from that movie?
Those are closed.
The hills are closed. Go home. Stay at home.
I have to admit, I think your reading of the meme helped enhance that.
I have sung it. The hills are closed.
Right. All right. Let's see. Let's. Y'all want to do one more each of these, and we'll move on.
Okay, I'll have to find the best one.
I think that'd be fine. Yeah.
Oh, I think I might have already done this one.
I'm giving her all she's got, Captain.
That's right. That's right. When we're shaking apart, we really are shaking apart.
I've got two that I'd like to do.
Okay, we'll do two more each. Then we can do two more each.
Well, how about Father starts and we go back to him?
Well, I could do two. I mean, I've got two. Here's our year in review.
How was 2020?
World War III almost started, and Australia was on fire. And then this killer virus spread and stopped the whole world. But we got $1,200.
Nice.
Everybody's checking their bank account every day.
That's right.
We gotta have something to make us feel good.
I do got to say, Ant-Man is an unrelated movie, and Lewis's character in that movie kills it. It's hilarious.
Yes, that's part of that movie. Yes.
I never saw Ant-Man.
Well, that clip was actually from the second one, Ant-Man and the Wasp. But I'm nerding out too much for our audience now. We gotta stop.
Okay.
You and your antibodies.
Oops, did I share it?
You shared it.
Uh-oh. Did it go on?
You can never go wrong.
Go on.
Oh,
You can never go wrong with some Dread Pirate Roberts.
Okay, good. Because I couldn't see it anymore when I shared it. Anyway, for some reason it went out. But isn't that great? Masks are terribly comfortable. I think everyone will be wearing them in the future. The Dread.
Prophetic.
How true his prophecy has become. All right.
All right, Dan, it's time for your I am not left-handed moment.
I am not left-handed. Please, nobody report this to PETA.
And I mean, he's really squished up onto the roof. Oh, wait, I got one now to follow that one, if you would permit me.
We could go out of order for you.
Fine.
World Health Organization, WHO, announced that dogs cannot get COVID-19. Dogs can be released from quarantine. I guess you could say that, who let the dogs out?
We went there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is going downhill. All right. Last one for me, anyway.
I think it's the last one for me coming up, too.
All right, here we go. People call me. They say, "What are you doing in April?" I'm usually say, "I'm wide open." Don't even need to look at the calendar.
Wide open. Was that country song? Wide open spaces.
Oh, wow.
I might give $5 to the person who can tell me when that planner would be usable again, like when those dates sync up with another year. $5.
Just scratch out the 20 part and yeah, I love it. All right.
So, meanwhile, in the year 3520, Dan, here's your planner.
That's right.
All right.
All right.
I've got one more.
Okay, go ahead.
For those of us with kids, I really feel this one.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I'll allow it. Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. Just don't bother. That's good.
Well,
that's good.
we've sadly come to the end of our COVID-19 meme share, though I do have to report that we have had the first case of coronavirus, or we've had the first case of corona in the rectory.
Oh no!
Father Valentine got the first case of corona in the rectory, but don't worry, he shared it with everybody, so we're now all immune. So we're good to go. We're good to go.
Oh no!
Did you recycle that Corona?
Yes. Yeah, we have.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So now it is time for the dad joke off.
Oh boy. Okay. You laugh, you lose.
Now, this is the part where I need to get. I don't know that I was so prepared in the sense that I think I lost all my dad jokes.
Oh no.
Fortunately, you type in bad jokes on the internet, and you get a bunch.
You came ill prepared, my friend.
All right.
So, Terrence, tell us the rules for the dad joke.
Here's the rules. We're going to go 5 rounds. Okay. Where each of us are going to take a turn. If you laugh, including at your own joke, so don't crack yourself up,
That's hard.
you get a point. And golf rules, lowest point at the end of the round wins.
Okay.
And I will be the neutral third party
Neutral.
observer who's also participating.
Mm-hmm. That's like Switzerland, neutral. Not much going for the country, but the flag is a big plus.
There you go. That's my favorite part about Switzerland, frankly, is that flag. So, Father, why don't you take first stab since you're so well prepared?
Okay, I will. Today my son asked, "Can I have a bookmark?" And I burst into tears. He says, 11 years old, and he still doesn't know my name is Brian. Can I have a bookmark? Okay.
Yeah, that's fake news. You don't have any kids.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's a joke. Okay.
All right, Mr. Pacitti. Oh,
Sorry,
that's
we
not
had
a
somebody
joke,
burst
man.
in on the proceedings. Somebody wanted to pipe up
Oh,
into
there
the
you
proceedings. Her name is Piper.
Piper.
Hi, say hi.
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 All right, Dan, you're up with a joke.
All right. I have some bad news to report. Earlier, I broke my finger, but on the other hand, I'm fine.
Oh, because the other hand. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That's a shame.
Okay.
All right. What is the difference between a 2-year-old and a duckling?
A 2-year-old and a duckling.
That's correct. One is a whiny toddler, and the other is a tiny waddler.
Does it count if I'm laughing on the inside?
That joke was not all it was quacked up to be.
Okay. I think Father and I both laughed a little bit, but
I laughed. I was trying to stifle that laugh. All right. Here goes mine. If a child refuses to sleep during nap time, are they guilty of resisting arrest?
I would laugh at that one if I wasn't sleep deprived from my kids.
Ah, well, yeah, you're
they
resisting.
haven't reached the age of season yet. So
All right.
So Danielle got really angry with me the other day because I had dropped some ice cubes and I was just kicking them all over the kitchen. But it's okay now, guys, because now it's all just water under the fridge.
Water under the bridge. Water under the fridge.
I'm going to till you guys start laughing. And now
I'll give it to you.
I've already laughed, so I'm laughing now. That's funny.
Okay. You got me.
All right, Dan.
Well, I'm glad that we have such an audience that we have, and no criminal records or anything like that, because it's very hard to explain puns to kleptomaniacs because they always take things literally.
They take things literally.
Literally.
I think I've heard. See, I have been such a master at the dad joke. I think I've heard most of them. But here's one I haven't because it's new. It's topical. It's a little getting out there with politics, but not too bad. The Secret Service isn't allowed to yell "Get down" anymore when the president is about to be attacked. Now they have to yell "Donald Duck." Oh, come on. come on.
There's a theme. There's a theme. Put it on my bill. Let me know when you're done.
Oh, that's what the duck said anyway. Well, I think we have one more round each. So
Okay.
let's see. So, Father, do you want to? Let's see. Oh, well, you just went, so it's my turn. Okay. I saw on the news the other day there is a man who's been stealing tires right off of the police cars. News reports that police are working to catch him tirelessly.
They must have had
Okay.
the hover car. The hover car.
The hover car,
Um,
God, you guys are a tough crowd.
Speaking of news reports, there was some bad news.
Oh.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer died the other day, aged 88. Reports were that he got hit by a flock of seagulls and a 747 flying over Barcelona the other day.
Hmm.
Eyewitnesses report that the reindeer in Spain was hit mainly by the plane.
Oh,
All right. I give it. Love my fair lady. Okay. I will laugh purposely at that one.
Thank you.
well,
Mark that down.
I marked it. I marked myself too.
So I was researching, after coronavirus, where people are going to go on their vacation, and just researching all to the detailed nth degree on things. But I found out that if you were to go to Jamaica, a slice of apple pie costs $2.50. In the Bahamas, it's $3. Those are the pie rates of the Caribbean.
I always thought it was 3.141596, etc.
Pie rates of the Caribbean. I don't know.
Your cocoa nuts.
Well,
Me crazy.
gentlemen, I think it's time that we got off of that subject before we lose our entire audience.
Where's the hook? Where's the hook to come off screen? And
That's I'm trying to do the news.
The news. And now something completely different.
Dan won.
Oh,
I counted 2 laughs, totally subjectively and in my own head. Father was second, and I apparently have no self-control at all because I think I laughed at all of the jokes. But that's okay. That's okay.
So, did you guys have any of the other jokes now that we can laugh at them? Just
More jokes?
like 1 or 2 each, just that you were saving that you think is really good.
Sure, I've got 2. I've got 2 we could go to. You want to do that?
okay,
Yeah.
go for it. This is just complete. Nobody's.
No competition. No
Okay,
competition.
no, okay. Yeah.
Farmer took a rest on a bale of hay and says, "I love my job," aloud. And the sheep replied, "All you do is boss me around all day." And the farmer got really upset and he said, "What did you just say?" And the sheep merely said, "You hurt me."
Okay.
You maybe should have led with that one. The buildup was better on that.
Oh, really? Rats. Okay.
You pulled the wool over your own eyes, Terry.
I did. I'm such a sheep.
All right. Well, what's the least spoken language in the world? Sign language. Wow.
Sign
It's
language.
also the fastest language in the world because it travels at the speed of light.
Oh, that's ooh.
Nice. Speaking of which, it's a limerick pun.
Oh, no.
I may have told you this one before, but it's worth repeating. There once was a lady named Bright, whose speed was much faster than light. She left one day in a relative way and came back the previous night.
I appreciate that. I'm nerding with you right now. On the
That
inside.
was a nerdy one. That was a nerdy one.
That was a nerdy one. That was. It was okay.
Also, one of the few examples of clean limericks you can find. So
When you said limerick, I was like, oh boy, here we go. We got to pull apart.
this is a family-friendly show. Come on.
Very good.
All right, one more.
One more. Okay, so my next door neighbor and I have gotten to be really good friends. So we decided to share our water supply. We get along well.
Oh, we got along well because you didn't want. I'll give you
Oh,
that.
come on, Dan. Don't look at me like that.
That was a deep joke.
What? Oh, did we lost Dan?
Dan! He froze.
He did freeze. What are we gonna do?
Hopefully he rejoins us. Oh, he's
There
back.
he is.
Sorry, having internet troubles. I was laughing. That was a good one.
Oh, okay. Well, good. See, I appreciate. Okay,
Laughing so hard he broke the internet.
I actually said, Dan, don't look at me like that, because all I had was.
I am sorry. I was legitimately laughing. It was good.
All right,
All right.
spring.
Last round.
This is my last one, fellas. Spring is here. I got so excited I wet my plants.
Yikes.
Sounds like a personal problem, Father. I mean, I don't know why you're bringing that up now. Maybe you should just leave.
Make like a tree. Get out of here.
Get out of here. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
Apparently, you didn't study the STEM science,
Oh,
STEM topics too much.
so wow, we have had a lot of comments on our Facebook page, by the way.
Oh, and we haven't even. We've run really over, guys. So we might
Yeah, my aunt from Louisiana is watching, so Aunt Susan is still watching. Shout out to Aunt Susan. All right, so let's see if we have any.
2 topics I saw: Lord of the Rings. You
Ah,
don't even know what you're getting into if you suggested that. And
I believe that was Rosie.
and winged creatures. I think.
Oh, which one do we want to do, gentlemen?
Winged creatures. Napoleon came up a bit short, didn't he? Oh,
I did hear about that. Yeah.
okay.
What are we doing?
Really?
Lord
You
of
have
the
to
Rings.
ask.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
All right.
Well, but things. How big was that Lord of the Rings fellowship? Was it more than 5? Because COVID-19 might break up the fellowship.
Yeah, they were breaking up the band, certainly.
They were only going to get the ringleaders, though.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, yeah. One does not simply arrest the ringleader, Stan. Oh,
Yeah, these jokes are Boromeeing.
they are Boromiring. I agree.
We're gonna have to mine these for quite a few puns.
But we should make sure we don't go too deeply.
Oh.
Or too greedily. No.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Very precious. Very precious. All right, what was another one? Winged creatures. Why was that? That's a strange topic. We got to talk about winged creatures.
Creatures.
Well, we're already kind of batty.
Yeah.
Were there any specifics? Or are we just winging it?
We're
Pterodactyl.
kind of winging it right now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Do you know why when pterodactyls go to the bathroom you can't hear them? Because
They're extinct.
P is
Because
silent.
the P is silent.
Ah, yes, yes,
Yeah.
very good. Oh,
Some mass
DJ
puns.
Agano says that we're all sitting ducks. Apparently,
We'll float that
we
one.
put ourselves out there for that.
What's the popular saying? To have your ducks in a row? Like I don't know where my ducks are.
We're gonna
My ducks are just
hard and feathered for this.
We probably deserve it.
Probably.
ouch.
All right.
It's remolting.
Oh, molting. Isn't that like what a snake does?
Well, the birds.
Some birds do that.
Oh, birds
Yeah.
molt. All right.
Just go with it. Just don't get bogged down to specifics. Just go with it.
This is not biology class.
All right.
Yeah.
I just saw a comment come up from Nathan Bird. Shout out to Nathan Bird. If anybody's looking for vestments, we do have a surplus.
Oh.
That's the white thing that servers wear over there.
Oh, yeah. Very dogmatic. Dogmatic.
Oh. We did get a question that's very important. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
Is that American or European?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
We're in a temperate zone.
What is your favorite color?
Green. All right.
No.
Speaking of Monty Python,
Oh,
I think
Well,
it's about time we wrap this up. We've gone over, and we probably let need to let the kids get to bed, at least mine.
Well, all I have to say is,
That's true.
well, if we were just to get very philosophical right now, I just would say, who'd have thought 40 years ago we'd be able to meet each other online for prayer and community? Isn't this just amazing?
Indeed.
All I know is back then we were glad to have our prayer group at once a week.
It was a small prayer group at that.
Uh-oh, yeah.
And we had too many chairs, not enough seats to fill them.
Okay, well, we didn't have anybody at our prayer groups, even though we had the chairs there. We would offer them, but no one would come. Can you believe it?
Well, I surely can because, well, I used to have a prayer group to myself and had to call everyone else to let them know how it went.
Huh.
The
Yeah.
best we could manage is just a prayerful nod as we drove past the house.
But yeah, I'll tell you what, we were happy back then. Happy as long as we had faith.
Well, it was because we had the faith, Father.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you.
My dad used to say to me, "Be glad you have this faith, son. Be glad you have the Mass." Mm-hmm.
And he was right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, I do declare.
Mhm.
I was happier back then. And back then I actually had a public mass every Sunday.
Mhm.
Can you believe that?
A public mass. Well, you had it good, Father. We had one private mass on Sundays, which was all in Latin and not a word of English, and it was all filled with incense.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
We had the Mass in Greek,
Ooh.
and the priest didn't even show up until the last 90 minutes.
Huh.
And that was just to give a homily and then give us communion.
Oh,
My word.
well, you were lucky to even see the priest. Ours was an itinerant priest who went about on a buckboard and had 5 parishes to cover. We only saw him not just every month, every other month.
Mm-hmm.
Every other month. That,
Mm-hmm.
Father, I tell you what, our priest was only available every other year, and we only had one missal between the whole congregation, and it was still all in Latin. We had to share and share alike.
Uh-huh.
That is paradise. We had Mass once a half decade, still all in Greek, and every Sunday between we had to write out the missal from memory with the illuminations.
With
illuminations.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that sounds like luxury to me,
Mm-hmm.
because my dad would wake us up 40 minutes before we went to bed, had us copy out the Bible and the missal from memory with illuminations. He would then flagellate us for penance, and then we'd have to fast the entire day, and it was a Sunday.
Well, Father, my daddy, well, he shipped us right over to Rome, and that's Italy, not Georgia. 1 week for Sunday in a cargo crate. He had us memorize the Bible and the missal, flagellate ourselves there for penance, get us shipped back home in steerage, copy out the whole Bible and the missal for each family in the parish, and then write out my own homily and sit there for an hour while I read it to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I tell you what. And you tried telling that to the kids these days?
Do they believe you?
No,
No. Mm-mm.
no, sir. They would
Not at all.
And fellas, we won't believe what we just did. Thank you all, everybody that's joined in for our Father Knows Best comedy hour here at the Basilica during quarantine tide, during our little hiatus from the public masses. But I hope you've enjoyed it and hope that you find a little bit of joy to lift your spirits. Remember, the greatest thing is that Jesus Christ is risen from the dead, and that
He is risen indeed.
is the thing that keeps us alive. Christ is risen.
He is risen indeed.
God bless.
Mhm.
God bless.